How you doing today? Welcome to Mo's Math. Today we're going to cover some pipe fabrication. We're dealing with this 6-inch pipe spool, and we're going to show you how to square this up. This is laid in jack stands. This weld is done, and this is a 6-inch long radius butt weld 90. So with this weld done, this is our next weld joint that we're going for. So typically we would take a 2-foot square, lay it on a solid piece that's already welded. We would take a stick rule, and we would measure in 2 places, and if we came up with the same dimension, we would say that's square. But what if I told you that these pieces were kind of big? If I told you the bottom piece was 13 foot, and the piece going up was 18 foot, then the square would probably not be the most accurate way to do that. I would probably apply the Pythagorean Theorem, which states that the square of the hypotenuse, the longest side, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this case, 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and that equals 5 squared, which is 25. When you get that, that'll guarantee that that's a perpendicular corner. We'll show you how to apply this. So to lay out this triangle on this pipe, we need to establish those black lines, and those black lines are going to be snapped on the pipe, and that's going to be top dead center. So to get those black lines on the pipe, we're going to have to establish top dead center. 6-inch pipe is 6 5/8, so when you're using your torpedo level and your rule, make sure you mark 3 5/16. Or if you're using your rule and square, mark 3 5/16 on the square. Now that you have top dead center snapped on the pipe, take your stick rule and measure 3 feet one way. Remember, 6-inch 90 takes off 9 inches. 3 feet, center punch that. Go 4 feet the other way, hold the 9 inches for the 90. Now when you take your stick rule and measure from the center punch to the center punch and you come up with 5 feet, then that's a perpendicular corner. So the 3, 4, 5 triangle can actually be doubled, and it could be called the 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 10 squared. You double the 3, that's 6. You double the 4, that's 8. You double the 5, that's 10. 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64, and 10 squared is 100. So you could go 6, 8, 10, and that would actually be better than the 3, 4, 5 if you got the room.